right, Shalom. We are the Hebrew Israelites from the Indianapolis camp of the Great Millstone. We're here to give all praises, glory, and honor to
Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Kabbalash.
Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who rule well in teaching us this 100% truth. Salutations to them and our fellow Akim who labor in this truth week in and week out on the highways and byways. Also salutations to the hopeful elect of the scattered 12 tribes of Israel, scattered to the four corners of the earth that be like unto the speckled bird, also known as your Israelite foreigners and your so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. To you, we say Shalom.
Shalom.
All right, let's get right into it.
This is Matthew chapter 24, starting at verse 4. And Yahushua answered and said to them, take heed that no man deceive you.
It says, take heed that no man deceive you. And that's in these end times here. He's going to tell us about what's coming in these coming days before he comes back and delivers us from this wicked place, all right?
For many shall come in my name, saying, I am Hamashiach, and shall deceive many.
It says, for many shall come in his name, and you're going to have many false Christ, many false prophets saying that they come in his name, but a lot of them not even teaching the real name. Okay, they're teaching false doctrine. They're teaching that everybody can be saved, and that's just not true. Okay?
Actually, we should have started with the 1. Yeah, we should start with the 1 and go down. Yeah.
Start over.
Yeah, it's fine. No. Just started. Read, go back and read. Start at verse 1 and read down.
You gotta shut it down.
Yeah. Put your introduction to my mother's womb.
Matthew chapter 24, starting at verse 1. And Yahushua went out and departed from the temple, and his disciples came to him for to shew him the buildings of the temple. And Yahushua said to them, see ye not all these things? Verily I say unto you, there shall not be left here one stone upon another that shall not be thrown down.
It's talking about the destruction of this place, okay? This place of Babylon the Great, a.k.a. America, all right? No stone turned upon another. It's going to be flattened, destroyed to nothing. It will never be inhabited again, all right?
This is the book of Malachi, chapter 4 and verse 1. For behold, the day cometh that shall burn as an oven, and all the crowd, yea, and all that do wickedly shall be stubborn.
That's like you said, it's going to burn as an oven. That's that nuclear destruction. Okay, those ICBMs hitting, all 200,000 of them, a whole bunch of them going to hit. And I forget, what did you say the temperature was, the thing, nuclear missile?
At detonation, it's I think you say 100 to 200 million degrees.
100 to 200 million degrees at detonation. So that's constantly increasing as it starts to spread out across the area that it's intended to destroy. Okay, it's going to keep getting hotter and hotter, burn as an oven. And that's not like, the ovens that we have today. It's talking about the old school ovens that you really couldn't gauge. They got extremely hot back in the ancient times. You really couldn't gauge the temperature. So this is going to be a heat, like I said in the scriptures. It's going to melt the elements. Okay, the very things that everything is made of, that's going to be melted. Okay, left to nothing.
These people can't even handle 80-degree weather, man.
No,
let alone 100 million or 100 degrees.
100 million.
See, 100 million.
It's detonation.
Says, and the day that cometh shall burn them up, says the Lord of hosts. It shall leave them neither root nor branch.
Neither root or branch. That means nothing will ever else grow from here. If there's no roots, there's no branches, it can never be planted again. Nothing's going to burn. And you said before that it's going to destroy the proud and the wicked, right?
He says, and all the proud, yea, and all that do wickedly shall be stubborn.
That's mainly the proud is Esau Edom, okay? And then the wicked is also Esau Edom, and 2/3 of our people, okay? Going to destroy them to nothing.
And the rest of the heathen nations.
And the rest of the heathens,
Got one real quick. Jeremiah chapter 50, verse 13. Because the wrath of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, it shall not be inhabited, but it shall be wholly desolate. Everyone that goeth by Babylon shall be astonished and hiss at all her plagues.
It says it shall be wholly desolate, all right, because of his wrath. And, you know, his wrath is something you don't want to deal with. The scripture said, I believe in Sirach 43 and 29, he's a terrible power. You know, his works are very marvelous, very good. All right, just roughly paraphrase. You got it? Yeah. Okay.
This is Sirach or Ecclesiasticus chapter 43, verse 29. It says, the Lord Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai is terrible and very great, and marvelous is his power.
Fine, this is terrible and very great, you know, and like the scriptures also say, his thoughts are not our thoughts, his ways are not our ways. So what they're describing as terrible and very great in there, we can't imagine. Okay? It's going to be much far greater than that. Right? Back in Jeremiah 15:13, he said it should be wholly desolate. All of it totally destroyed, annihilated. Okay? Everyone that goes by is going to be astonished at this and all the plagues. Because this has been a terrible place for everybody. Okay? Especially Israel. Okay?
That's what was mainly been terrible for Israel, because even these heathens, they're benefiting, and you know what I'm saying, they're living good.
They can come over here and start businesses, not have to pay any taxes, send their profits back home, you know, across the shores. And no, we can't. Anytime we get something started here, they destroy it. You know, you look at all that history is coming out about Tulsa, Seneca Village, you know, Roseville. Every time we try to start something, they found a way to destroy it. And what people are starting to realize too is that our government had a hand in that, along with the civilians. And you keep running back to these people thinking they're gonna help you. You know, in history, they had a huge hand in destroying everything that we tried to build. Everything.
But then took credit for it.
Yeah. All the inventions and stuff, you know.
Got that in there. Isaiah 13 and 19. In Babylon, the glory of kingdoms, the beauty of the Chaldees' excellency, shall be as when Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai overthrew Sodom and Gomorrah.
Guys, in Babylon, the glory of kingdom, that's what it's like. Everybody looks towards this place, you know, as the example for everything. And that's quickly falling down, okay? So there's a glory of kingdom, you know, what they tell you, you want the American dream, come over here. You know, everybody can do what they want to do and find happiness. And that's not the case. We've never found that here. Okay? It says the beauty of the Chaldees' excellency. You know, in ancient Babylon, that was one of the richest kingdoms. Okay? And that's the same case here with America until now. You know, that dollar is gone. You know, it's roughly, you know, it's decreasing greatly. Okay? And they're going to be looking to implement this MOTB. All right? And it says B is when Yahweh overthrew Sodom and Gomorrah. And we know how he did that. The fire and brimstone. That fire is coming back with those ICBM missiles, along with those concentrated laser beams from the chariots. Okay, just heat on heat on heat. It's gonna burn up.
Verse 20. It shall never be inhabited, neither shall it be dwelt there from generation to generation. Neither shall the Arabian pitch tent there, neither shall the shepherds make their fold there.
Kind, it says it'll never be inhabited again. You know, and the Arabian pitch his tent, where the shepherds making their fold there. It will never be a place to make profit. Okay, never again. You know, all these nations, because America is one of those who is a huge consumer. You know, they make money off us. You know, a lot of stuff is not even built here as it was back 40, 50 years ago. All right. So yeah, it's going to be destroyed, never used again. It's going to be, you know, it's going to be, like you said before, it's going to be a place, it's going to be his stuff. All right.
We're starting to see a little bit of that history now. You got Edomites over here that's actually sleeping in the park. They're homeless. Mm-hmm. So they made a home over here in the park where we are right now. Mm-hmm. This wasn't like this a year ago. So you know, saying, so that lets you see the decline of Babylon, aka America, you know. When you got Esau sleeping in the park.
Mm-hmm. You gotta hope they don't pass that same law that Tennessee just did. You know, it's a felony to be homeless in a public place.
For real.
Yeah.
They passed that law in
last week.
they passed that law in North Carolina and Raleigh when I was there. That was back in 2011, 2012. They passed that law. Cause you can't even feed the homeless in the park.
They can't even, like, you know, how you see the homeless outside with the sign.
Yeah.
They can't even do that. If they do that, they go.
Not here.
Not here. We just talking about what they just passed today.
Tennessee.
Yeah.
They can't even ask people for money.
Yeah, it's 3 square miles a day. Plus roof on it. Plus clothes. It's orange, but it's clothes.
Couldn't keep on them up for those concentration camps.
Back at Matthew chapter 24, verse 3. And as he sat upon the Mount of Olives, the disciples came unto him privately, saying, Tell us, when shall these things be? And what shall be the sign of thy coming?
Wait a minute. Read that again.
Matthew chapter 24, verse 3. And as he sat upon the Mount of Olives, the disciples came unto him privately.
So why the hell Yahweh Shemel Shah didn't tell everybody his secret deal? They said the disciples came privately. Meaning that was a private session between the disciples, us Israelites, and Yahweh Shah, who's an Israelite. It wasn't for everybody. But why he didn't announce that in Rome when he was there? Why he didn't just say, disciples, sit down, I'm going to tell everybody? He didn't say that. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead.
So they came unto him privately, saying, Tell us, when shall these things be? And what shall be the sign of thy coming and of the end of the world?
God, they're asking, when are these times are going to come? Okay? Because here we're in this captivity, at this point, Rome, that was our fourth major captivity, and we're just tired of it, but these are the things we had to endure because of the curses,
Say, in that term, world goes into aeon, which means a period of time, uninterrupted rule, just a period of time. So now, the whole world blown up as what they call the Death Star or the Gettysburg, whatever they call it, the Dark Star, whatever they call it. It's on the end of a rulership.
Yep.
Esau Edom. That's why I say,
the second Ezra 6 and 9.
yeah, right. Second Ezra chapter 6, verse 9. For Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that followed.
So it's the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning. So that what he's explaining there, that's the end of an age of rulership. Okay, and us coming into ours. All right.
But it said Esau. Who? Esau.
So-called white man.
There you go. It ain't Japheth.
Right.
Right. Like you said, Jacob beginning of that followed. That means, so then the whole earth is blown up to the pieces. What we gonna rule?
Yeah.
So like that's why you gotta, like say, qualify as far as which type of world that they're speaking of. Because there's three of them. One being cosmos, being like a nation of people, a set arrangement. Oikoumene means that inhabits the entire earth, and then Aeon, as we're speaking of, is a time period, a rulership, an age, if you will. Like I said, uninterrupted rulership.
Quick precept back here. This Ecclesiastes 1 and 4. It says, one generation passes away, and another generation cometh, but the earth abideth forever.
So we know, it's not talking about the entire earth, entire world.
Then the idiots dealing with this guy stone. You got idiots out there trying to prove that the world is flat from the Georgia Guidestone, from the way that the summer and winter solstice supposed to shine through the stones and the slits in the rock. Talking about, now you see the earth is flat. Nah, you know what I'm saying? That's madness, but you got people out there that believe that madness, man.
So they worry about that, trying to prove that the earth is flat, whatever, but not worrying about the prophecies
Right.
and all the perilous signs that's coming to the earth.
What does that have to do with your salvation?
Well, we put a stumbling block in front of it, and it'll be destroyed. But like you said, that had nothing to do with, be saved because I know the earth is the dimension, the shapes of the earth. Like, that don't matter.
But what's the will of the Heavenly Father?
Back in Matthew chapter 24, verse 4. And Yahushua answered and said to them, take heed that no man deceive you.
Trying to say, so no man deceive you. And that's, once again, all these false prophets out there, teaching this false doctrine. As a late, how you dress is, it's going to determine what type of God you serve. That same organization, not even teaching the true name of the Father and Son. All this other madness. Just not sticking to the scriptures. What they're doing is deceiving people. Everybody can be saved. Okay? And that's not the case. He's only coming back for the nation of Israel. Right? That's what his name means. He comes to save his people, deliver his people. All right? Yahushua.
And then the government deceive you into not believing in your power, Yahweh Shema Shai. They want you to believe in them. That's why they'll lie to you and make you think that this juice is beneficial, but it's not. See what I'm saying? Because why? You're supposed to have your faith in a higher power, Yahweh Shema Shai,
Right.
and not in Jim Crow joke.
Flesh is the man that make it. Flesh is on. Yeah.
This Colossians 2 and 8. It said, beware lest any man spoil you through philosophy and vain deceit, after the tradition of men, after the rudiments of the world, and not after Hamashiach.
Right. It says it here again, don't be deceived and spoiled by this. Beware of them. You got to watch it. Whatever they're doing is not lining up to the scriptures. It's not for us. And I say us, the nation of Israel. All right? It's not for us. And everything you need is in these scriptures on how we conduct ourselves, for this time and the times coming forth. That's what it says in Romans 15:4. These things are written before time for our knowledge. Okay? So if they're telling you anything contrary to these scriptures, that's setting you up for death. On this side.
Come on, look at Root.
Definition for rudiments is the first principles of whatever subject it may be. The basics, fundamentals, elements, essentials, first principles, beginnings, foundations.
Right. That's our law, statutes, and commandments. Okay?
But what's the rudiments of the world? Like these wicked ass holidays.
Yep.
4th of July,
Satanism.
Yep. So basically what? Everything contrary to the scriptures. That's the first principles of the world. All right, now Yahweh Shema Shai.
Yeah, because what everybody in the world say, do as thou wilt, or YOLO, you only live once.
Yep. Do what makes you happy.
Right.
Yep.
Obey your thirst.
Right.
Yeah.
Just do it. All these catchphrases to keep you sinning.
Yep.
What you gonna say?
I was gonna say like the Snickers commercial. Like,
Yeah.
You when you're hungry.
Yeah.
That's mind control, man.
That's them demons. Not yourself. Because notice they had the men turn into women and all other shit, man. You know what I'm saying? When they get hungry, what the fuck they got to do with it? Snicker bar,
What's up? White Castle? What you crave?
Yeah.
Just do what you can. Just whatever Have it your way. Have it your way. Yeah. See. Yeah. How about pray over food first before you eat? That would be a good slogan, Right.
That's too much like right.
Right, exactly.
They'll cancel you just, they'll lie and say that's medical misinformation.
Right.
No, remember one point they was threatening to take down our videos of anybody that tells somebody to pray.
Yeah.
Remember, YouTube, they want to strike our video down.
Go back to the NDAA Act.
Yep.
Said that the number one threat to pretty much the enemy of the state, the number one threat is anybody that believes in the second coming of Yahushua HaMashiach. It literally says that.
Yep.
You are the number one target, the main one, religious leaders and speakers, this and that. But number one is people who believe in the second coming.
Yep.
Like it literally said that. So, like I said, like anything that had to be spiritual from the right hand side, They want to demonize it.
Yep.
Medical misinformation, misinformation. Telling people to do that which is righteous. But if you tell them to do things that are wickedness, that iniquity, they okay with it. And that's like the brother said, that's the rudiments of discord.
Yep.
Going out the ways of the serpent. The deception, deceiving. Once you do that which is wrong versus what is right.
And like the video, who put in the group? I think you or somebody put in the group about the NDAA, and they linking the black extremist group with the NDAA.
Yeah.
Somebody, one of y'all put it in the group.
So I think it's linked to the Southern Pop.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did a video on it too. Yeah, and then see, the thing is, with that, with him doing that, putting that in NDA, they're saying it generally, but they know exactly who it targets.
Yeah.
You know, they know the scriptures is only for one group of people, and only one group of people can believe in it. You know, some people can believe in it, but it's not going to benefit. The heathens can believe in it, but they're not going to benefit from it, like the whole elect is. All right.
Well, the heathens ain't gonna believe in it.
Right.
Yeah.
Like I say, in regards to saying that, they know there's something coming.
Yeah.
That's the way they know something coming.
Yeah.
The second coming is coming. That's why they have put that in there. They ain't, they ain't make believe, all this fantasy, this and that. They know that this is true. The elites, they definitely know that this is true.
Yeah.
They understand.
Yep.
So of course they're gonna put those in their legislations and their whatever philosophy and doctrine that they put out there, that these are the enemies of the world. Those who believe in Yahweh Shema Shah. Those are the enemies. Because we for the pretty much the restoration of Israel, which have to do with what? The destruction of the current eon rulership that's ruling right now. They have to be taken down, destroyed, for us to be revived and restored back into our righteous kingdom.
Why you think they sending, like the video y'all put in the group, why you think they sending melanin in the outer space? What does melanin has to do with outer space? Because they know that the angels are dark-skinned men. They know that they're Israelites. That's why they're trying to test melanin to see if it survives out there in outer space. Come on, man. That's part of that space program, man.
Well, we're not ignorant of his devices.
Bring it up.
Bring it on. One more drink. Hey, it ain't go past.
Yeah, it ain't go past. I bet you.
Let's look at Matthew chapter 7, verse 15. It says, beware of false prophets which come to you in sheep's clothing, but inwardly they are ravaging wolves.
Here again, you got those false prophets, and a lot of them are being exposed right now. Creflo, Creative Flow of Dollars. A lot of these camps for preaching the false doctrine. They're being exposed. You want to read that again, son?
It says, beware of false prophets. Read Matthew 7:15. Beware of false prophets which come to you in sheep's clothing, but inwardly they're ravaging wolves.
God, so again, they come to you all nice, and at the end of the day, it's all about your destruction. Okay, about destroying you.
Yeah, when you look up that ravening wolf, it used to say in the blue letter, meaning undisciplined and undisciplined, barbarous, and something else, man. I don't know what it say now. I know it used to say undisciplined.
They always try to change something.
Yeah.
Yep.
The ravening says an extorter or a robber.
A distorter or a robber, see, they changed it.
Yeah, extortion.
See? That's how it'll still fit them, because we do got a lot of false prophets out there that is using extortion. Like IUIC, they still charging
precepts,
garments, $500 garments and stuff like that, man. And starter kids breakdown.
Like the starter set with the signs and everything. They go out and preach the word. That's crazy. You get this break and let you get to be true.
Then
I'm taking it off.
charging you $1,000 to go to the Passover. Come on, man, that's extortion. They've been doing that, man. That's the family price.
Got a whole commercial. We gonna have boys to man.
Yeah.
Contest. Fashion contest.
Yeah, fashion. What you need a fashion show at the Passover for, man?
Right, it's fabrics and everything.
But see, that's part of extortion too. Cause think about it. When you tell people that the way you dress determines what type of God you serve, that's extortion because you want them to really buy your garments, your fancy silk, straight from a silkworm ass garment. You know what I'm saying? To fatten your pockets. That's really what it's all about, man. Go ahead, brother.
This is Romans 16 and 8 and 17. Now I beseech you, brother, and mark them which cause divisions and offenses contrary to the doctrine which ye have learned, and avoid them.
So it's telling the men and the elect of the hopeful elect of Israel to avoid those who are teaching things contrary to the doctrine. All right, because once you start, indulging in that and start practicing, here again, it's going to lead to your destruction. All right, and it says mark them. Okay, call them out. We had those videos. Call them out. Say who they are. And make sure, because that not only one. That gives them the opportunity to repent, but you're not exempting, but as you're giving those people a warning. Because we see it. Yeah, you gotta do that watching.
More kids, man.
That word mark, that was going to say scopeo, which means to closely examine. All right, that's what y'all on. I'm gonna watch y'all. Keep my eye on you. You know what I'm saying? So that's what that term mark goes into. Closely examine. Okay, that's why I was going to say you should know them by their fruit.
The next verse. Go ahead, verse. Yeah. Good. That's the spirit.
Right. Yeah.
Now we discussed it before we cut the camera on.
Yeah.
When I scratch my forehead, then you say, like they do in baseball.
Right.
Yeah.
Signal,
I forgot all about
Back in Matthew 7:16, it says, you should know them by their fruits. The man gather grapes of thorns or figs and thistles.
Go ahead.
Even so, every good tree bringeth forth good fruit, but the corrupt tree bringeth forth evil fruit. And a good tree cannot.
Right. So basically what? That's why you have to line it up with the scriptures. You're gonna know them by how they act. All right. So if they're doing stuff contrary to the scriptures, hey, these are the false prophets. These are the ones that are leading the sheep astray. All right. But good fruit's gonna show. All right. Why? Because they're going through the 100% truth of doctrine. Like I said, hey, it's a great millstone, right? Start with the apostles' elders, a great millstone, right? They're bringing forth great fruit, all right? That's grown by itself through the natural order of the Holy Spirit, right? Because what? They're bringing out the 100% truth, all right? So we don't no gimmicks, all right? Just straight truth.
Right? That main thing is correct name.
Yeah.
That teaching them the wrong name. Well, that's where our strength is. Our shield, our protection. And that man, they're teaching the wrong name. Man,
That's how the Lord always exposed you.
yep.
They appear to be this on the outside, but then somewhere on the inside, something wrong. Something right. The Lord, He gonna expose you.
That's why he said, your appears white as sepulchres, but on the inside full of dead man bones.
That's right. That's right. You have blood on your hands.
That's right. Like Gino Jr.
Yeah.
Hey! Verse 18. It says, a good tree cannot bring forth evil fruit, neither can a corrupt tree bring forth good fruit. Every tree that bringeth not forth good fruit is hewed down and cast into the fire.
Sure. Yeah. Yeah. So if you bringing out that wickedness and growing evil fruit, right? You're gonna be put to death for that. All right. You're gonna be in that lake of fire. All right.
That's why y'all say, hey, these brothers don't repent. Are they going to be destroyed? We don't just say you automatically destroyed because it's not in the power of our hands. It's in the hands of Yahweh Shema Shah. But if you guys don't repent for some of the things you've done, you're going to be destroyed.
And that's the warning.
Period. Right here.
And that's the warning.
That's the good news.
He said, you down first.
Yeah.
you know, you're going to feel some pain.
Yeah, and then cast into the fire. You'll be chopped down, and then ultimately put to death. All right? Yeah.
Please just hop this.
Yes, back here.
It's Galatians chapter 6, verse 7. Be not deceived, the Most High is not mocked. For whatsoever a man soweth, that shall he also reap.
So yeah, you know, whatever you sow, that's what you're gonna reap. You sow wickedness, you're gonna reap wickedness. You sow righteousness, you're gonna reap righteousness. Okay, you can't just be putting stuff out there and not expect any recompense from Yahweh about Shem Yahushua.
Yep. Somebody get James 3:11. Back about this. Yeah.
This is the book of James, chapter 3, verse 11. Let the fountain send forth at the same place sweet water and bitter. Can a fig tree, my brethren, bear olive berries? Either a vine, figs, so can no fountain both yield salt water and fresh.
So, like you said, you would know a tree by its fruit. Because if you wicked, well, just like if you plant an apple tree, you're not gonna get an orange tree.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? You're gonna get what you plant. So if you out here preaching lies, deceit, discord, and false doctrine, well, guess what? You're gonna reap the benefits of what? Judgment from Yahweh Shem Yahushua. Because you actually breaking the law, like it tells you in Revelation, not to add or take away from the scriptures. Or you're gonna receive the pledge from Egypt. See what I'm saying? And that's you may not see it happening now to a lot of these pastors, but it's gonna happen. You know what I'm saying? It's all according to the Lord's time.
I got something. Just back the elbow right quick. This is the book of Matthew, chapter 12, beginning of verse 36. This is the words of Yahushua. But I say unto you that every idle word that men shall speak, they shall give account thereof in the day of judgment. Okay? So here's the thing, anything you say and do, you're going to have to give an account for.
Right.
And here's why. Verse 37, for by thy words thou shalt be justified, and by thy words thou shalt be condemned. Okay? And that justification is for the elect, and that condemnation is for the wicked 2/3, and also the heathen nations, specifically Esau, Edom. All right?
Somebody get that scripture, we must all appear. So judge and see whether what's done, good or bad in the flesh. Yep. Go ahead. I'm going to preach your brother.
This is the book of Galatians, chapter 1, beginning in verse 6. I marvel that ye are soon removed from him that called you into the grace of Yahushua into another gospel, which is not another, but there will be some that trouble you or pervert the gospel of Yahushua. Because ultimately, you got certain individuals out there who are perverting the gospel of Yahushua that will pervert them to corrupt. Right? How are they trying to, or how are they attempting to corrupt the gospel of Yahushua? By throwing in lies, deceit, craftery, tricking, preaching things that are totally and completely contrary to the true doctrine of Yahweh Bashim Yashai. They're doing this, in an attempt to fill their own belly. They're not doing it out of true sincerity and love for Yahweh Bashim Yashai. They're doing it for their own gain.
I got something.
Man, that's what pervert really means. It ain't what Esau talking about, how you got an old 70-year-old man trying to get a little 12-year-old girl in his van. You know, come on, baby, I got some soda pops. You know what I'm saying? Shaking his keys, you want to get in the van, drink you a soda pop. No, it ain't. What the brother just said, that's true perverseness, man. You know? Oh, okay, good. You got a couple more verses? Go ahead.
It's verse 8. Whether we or an angel from heaven preach any other gospel unto you, that which we have preached unto you, let him be accursed. As we said before, so say I now again, if any man preach any other gospel unto you, then that ye have received, let him be accursed. When you're cursed, you are slated for the judgment of Yahweh Bashim Yashai. So the scripture goes on to say, cursed be he that doeth the work of the Lord deceitfully. Because you got certain individuals who know the names of Yahweh Bashim Yashai saying, I'm giving all praise to Yahweh Bashim Yashai, Bashim Kakudash. But what do they go ahead and do? Teach lies, falsehood, deceits, are all in an attempt to, one, fill their own belly, and two, lead disciples into themselves. All right? They're not doing this out of true sincerity. All right?
Especially the ones that get kicked out of GMS, whether they leave voluntarily, get kicked out. It's amazing how all of them still say Yahweh Shem Yahushua, by Shem Kakodah, but then just totally ignore the apostles. You know what I'm saying? Like they came up with this on their own. Nah, man, you still going against the grain, man. You're not following proper protocol. See what I'm saying?
I got a hot one.
Go ahead.
This is Matthew 15:8. This people draweth nigh unto me with their mouth and honors me with their lips, but their heart is far from me. Right, so yeah, you saying, all praise to Yahweh Shem Shai, but in works you did the opposite, all right? Like I said, coming against the apostles, the men that taught you this doctrine, all right? And then trying to teach on your own account, like you're the man, all right?
Right, because we wasn't always saying by Shem Kakodah.
Right.
We wasn't. That only happened within the last few years we started saying by Hashem Kakodah. So if it wasn't the apostles breaking that down, giving you the understanding what that means, you wouldn't be out there saying it, man. You know?
It's what they call 2 Corinthians chapter 5, verse 10. For we must all appear before the judgment seat of Hamashiach, that everyone may receive the things done in his body according to that he hath done, whether it be good or bad.
See, it said in this body, this flesh, that you're in right now here on earth, man. It ain't say that you done on email. You know what I'm saying? No, it said what you done in this body, whether good or bad. So you're going to get judgment whether it's good or bad. That's just the balance of the Lord. You know what I'm saying? You better pray that your good outweigh your bad. Because if not, well, hey, that's your ass. You know what I'm saying? I mean, you don't need no deep breakdown for that.
Right. Because ultimately, real quick, because ultimately, what? We're in the proving ground.
That's right.
Yep. All right. This is where the battle is fought right here. All right. Are we gonna stand up for Yahweh Shem Shai, or we're gonna fall into the world?
That's right.
Right? And be punished for that, man. So hey, I say what? We fight for Yahweh Shem Shai and get that reward.
That's right. But you're gonna be judged regardless.
That's right.
That's for every day too.
That's right.
Every day.
That's right.
It's Colossians chapter 3, verse 25. But he that doeth wrong shall receive for the wrong which he hath done. And there is no respect of person.
Wow. And that's pretty much straightforward. You shall receive for the wrong that you have done. This is when it's no respect of person. He's talking about whether you're poor or rich. You're going to get your judgment according to the scriptures. For whatever you've done. There's not going to be any favoritism like it is in Esau world right now. You got the poorest man commit a crime, the poorest Israelite commit a crime. He gets the book thrown at him, and then Esau get a slap on the head. Just like you seeing recently. This Jake that was shot, running away from the cops. Shot at 90 times, hit 60. Unarmed. Yet, right, not too far away, you had this guy killed that I think the third cop died now. Killed a police dog and everything. Took him in unharmed. The guy in Highland Park, Illinois last week, shot all those people. Killed 7, injured 20 more. Took him in unharmed. See, that's a respected person, and we know why.
Well, even dealing with this truth, Lord sees now to respect your person. It don't matter if you've been in this truth 25 years, you teaching false doctrine, Lord gonna judge you, man.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So you're not what the Lord, you think the Lord gonna be like, oh, well, you've been teaching my word wrong for 20 years, but at least you've been teaching my word, even though it's wrong. But this brother here, only been in the truth 2 years, and he teaching it correct. But he do something, I'm gonna come down hard on him and let him slide. No, man. The Lord gonna judge you regardless, man. You know what I'm saying? You gotta teach his word truthfully and in sincerity. Can't be teaching no lies, man. I don't care if you have been in truth 15, 16, 20 years. No, you teaching wrong, false doctrine, the Lord gonna judge you. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead.
The book of Job, chapter 4, and verse 8. Even as I have seen, they that plow iniquity and sow wickedness reap the same.
So, those who plow iniquity, plowing once again goes into like sowing, just like the brother brought out in Galatians 6 and 7. You're plowing that iniquity, you're going to reap that iniquity.
We'll go back to Matthew.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Before we get too far off.
We be doing that.
All right, it's Matthew chapter 24, verse 5. For many shall come in my name, saying, I am a Mashiach, and shall deceive many.
That's what we were just talking about. You know, all these false prophets, you know, coming in, you know, preaching the wrong name, preaching false doctrine, you know, misleading the people. All right.
So, verse 6. And ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars. See that ye be not troubled, for all these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet.
It says you hear wars and rumors of wars. What's the big? You got all these small ones going on. This big one between Ukraine and Russia. All the proxy wars. You know, Babylon and the U.S. You know, even outside of this thing going on in Ukraine, you still got little other wars going on. You know, and we know y'all gonna try to go down to what is it? And steal that gold. Uganda. Yeah. And that's everybody know your playbook right now. Oh, they got gold. We going to go take it.
Yeah,
you know.
They already took an ambassador already there.
Yep.
So from America, they already took the Negro ambassador.
Mm-hmm.
Negro ambassador.
Yeah, melanated dude.
That ain't no Negro.
That's why I did like to tell.
That's a straight up Hamite.
Ain't
Negro. Cause man, they not finna let them Hamites rebuild their country kingdom with that. You know how much gold they done found?
Man,
that's enough to get them out of poverty for years to totally rebuild their home. They're not finna let them do that, man.
They said it'll make them in the top 10.
Yes.
world power,
Overnight.
What kind of real?
You know what I'm saying? Shit. They found that vibranium.
Esau probably, like the scripture, Esau probably sit up all night. How can I get it? How can I get it?
Shit, you know how you finna get it. Somebody finna die. Shit, a lot of people finna die for that vibranium. Ain't that what the name of that shit was? Black Panther?
Vibranium,
yeah. Shit.
I got real quick. And also with those rumors of wars, when they do those war games and they get together and do them exercises, that's part of the rumors. So what the hell are you doing it for?
Yeah, you getting ready for something.
Yeah, you getting ready. Yeah, exactly. You getting ready for something. You know, so what they saying, like it's about to come to pass, it's called the REM Pact. It's like over like 20-something nations about to get together in the Pacific. You know, they about to do all these war games, these drills, and all the things that's going on. You know, like I said, all that propaganda and all that, like all that goes into those groups. You know, like you said, you know, all those actual wars is actually going on. You look it up. And I have 2nd Ezra chapter 16, points to 18. I'm gonna start at 17. And it reads, "Woe is me, who will deliver me in those days? The beginning of sorrows and great mournings, the beginning of famine and great death, the beginning of wars, and the power shall stand in fear, the beginning of evils. What shall I do when these evils shall come?" Okay. So like you're saying, you know, we get back to the Matthew, the beginning of wars, the beginning of those sorrows and great mournings. You know, we understand the earth in itself, everybody mourning, everybody mad, everybody pointing at this person. They mad at the rulership that's running the world right now. Ain't nobody happy, you know. Like nobody's really happy, and they downtown they forcing the mirth, but because when they walk past it, they ain't smiling, they ain't giggling, they ain't happy, they mad.
Man.
And then when they go eat somewhere, sit down somewhere, hey, you know, they smile here and there, joke here and there, may have a little drink, but when they leave out that restaurant or whatever they went to, back to reality. You know, they upset.
Just like this before, you motherfucker mad at the price of these fireworks.
So it's evident about those sorrows and mournings and great death, you know, and begin the wars. Like I said, all pertain to prophecy. And the power shall stand in fear, because at the end of the day, from the elites on down to the lesser luminaries, man, they in fear. Because they know the closer each and every day that pass, we get closer to the destruction of their kingdom. Each and every second that goes by is time wasted on their behalf to fulfill their enterprise, what they plan to do. But at the end of the day, the Lord's going to give them, they're going to allow them to go so far, but then, as Scripture say, He's going to pull that plate. Before they're about to fill their belly, He's going to come back and take that plate. When they're about to dig in that knife, take it out.
Yeah.
It's over. You know.
Damn right.
And that's why what? They lose sleep over not being able to do their wickedness, man. Because their days are determined, like the scripture says.
Oh, on top of that, in that same Job, they say what? They shall be in streets.
Yep.
So they're going to be in a position of difficulty trying to implement all the things that they want to bring to pass. Yep. That's why we say we know the Lord going to allow it to go to a certain extent. They're going to full-blown do what it is that they want to do. But each and every day, they draw more and more fear coming by because each and every day that they draw closer to what they want to fulfill, they know that's going to be the end of their rulership.
Yep. Hey, just like them Guidestones.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? It's a reason why they had to hurry up and take them modes down, man.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
With that Hadron Collider.
Yep.
Remember before they said they received a message back and it said Tekel.
Yep.
You know, going back to what Daniel 5.
Yep.
So we understand that's going to many Tekel. That's going to get them found unwanted, get them found undisciplined. You're going to be uprooted and taken out. This is a dollar of Babylon who we living with here. You know, so it all the Lord code, it's all getting tied into, and put on the surface. You know, but of course you're not going to understand unless you are a servant of Yahweh Shemar Shah. Like I say, surely he will do nothing, but he revealeth his secrets to his servants, the prophets.
You have to be a righteous servant.
Right.
Didn't they say that those stones were hit by lightning too? It wasn't a bomb?
It was a bomb that I think Apostle Ramos spoke about. Something else hitting it too.
Yeah, I seen a video. It looked like a lightning strike.
Yeah, it looked like
but the ultimate thing is like that. It said that the wars, war. Everybody's in a warlike state. You don't see these countries working for world hunger no more or peace. No, everybody's getting the weapons ready for the big battle. Man.
They're counted Puna hoops.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's scary. Yeah.
That's what I just said. That's what I said. Beginning.
Yep, that's it.
So he says, hold on.
Puna hoops in the spears.
Everybody has war in them.
This is Joel, chapter 3, verse 9.
Yeah, because just the other day, Russia went back into, they were practicing war tactics and stuff the other day. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
And they're talking about Belarus joining, merging militaries.
See?
Matter of fact, this kind of brought his nukes out that day. Some of those practices, nukes all over the country to show its activity. They already destroyed this place, man.
It say, Joel chapter 3, verse 9. Proclaim ye this among the Gentiles. Prepare war. Wake up the mighty man. Let all the men of war draw near. Let them come up. That's what the men of war are telling y'all, man. Y'all going to World War III.
Right.
War is inevitable. It's also written in Revelation 11. The second war will pass, the third will come quickly. So World War III, even though Spirit World Wars is already, they was mentioned in the scriptures before they happened here in this century. That right there just, be mesmerized. Think about it. That was already written 2,000 years ago to happen. Then it came to pass. That's why we don't care if they're trying to say that the Bible faith, it ain't real, this and that. And the Spirit of the Lord is on us to understand and know that this is true. And all these things come to pass, whether you want them to or not. So it's best to get on the right hand side, you be able, that be of your lot, but those who are on the left hand side can be cast to the wayside, gonna be delivered to death and destruction. And it say, verse 10, like the other said, beat your plowshares into swords and your pruning hooks into spears. It ain't the time to be, out there, cultivating the earth and agriculture, field and mining and farming. Ain't no time for that.
Right.
It's time to go to war. That's why they gonna make the conversion from trying to be farmers and then go back and turn into soldiers.
Well, think about that. Even with Ukraine, these got citizens.
They said we people up to what, 18 to 60 years old.
You can't even leave the country. If you ever stand up and pitch straight, hey, we signing you up.
Get your ass out.
Get out of work.
And they say, let the weak say I am strong. Like the brother just brought out about them showing their nukes. Now these various other countries have nukes. And also these various countries who have nukes, say if they don't have it, they have an ally that do it.
Yeah.
So
Can I have one real quick? Because you mentioned it. Isaiah 95. For every battle of the warrior is with confused noise and garments rolled in blood. So that's the ancient way of fighting. Banging shields and swords and screaming and, arms and limbs flying off and, war cries, right? All that, right? But this shall be with burning and fuel of fire. And that's talking about what? The nuclear missiles, man. All right.
Jake mistake is gonna be barrels of gas just set on fire and
Yeah.
towards people,
Yeah.
burn you up. No,
Catapults and shit.
Right.
Yeah.
No, it's not gonna be what what the brother just said. Those nuclear thermal warheads. That's why, like the brother said, like I always say too, they don't do these. They ain't doing parades just to show you what they got and then go put in the damn museum nowhere. No, they can take it back to the warehouse and get prepped and be able to deliver at the various boundaries of where they're going to be set to go. Ultimately, we know the major battle going to happen in the Valley of Jehoshaphat in the Middle East. But right now, what you're seeing with these war games going on in the water, doing these aerial war games and so forth and so on, all facets of war is going to happen.
And also, and what was America doing a few years ago? They were doing all that urban combat practice here in America. In different cities. I seen it here in Beach Grove, Indiana. Man, I seen it live before I was even knew about the truth.
What's that?
No, how they're doing them.
Jade Helm.
Yeah, right
hospital.
here. Yeah,
the
old hospitals and stuff. Yeah.
I went over there and recorded one time. Did a video on it, and was at the end of the video. Matter of fact, I did a bonus feature because after I got through with the main topic, I seen it was a priest and a nun, and somebody else went into that same hospital, but the hospital, was abandoned. It was shut down.
Yeah.
So why was they going in there?
Right. What was going on?
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, they were simulating what was going on. I remember seeing the helicopters at power line levels, man, dropping troops at night, man. That was wild. Yeah.
They're doing a Jade Helms exercise.
No, I was saying American Idol recorded the draft for recruiting down to high school. They didn't go they drive your kids right out of school.
Plowshares into swords.
And that's the thing. Why do the recruitment requirements go down? Now they pushing women need to go ahead and sign up now. They need to join the drafting list, right? The selected service.
Gender equality.
Yeah, right.
Hey, but y'all remember a couple of months ago the women just coming out, cussing out the other women talking about what is it?
Yeah, quit fighting for this.
Yeah,
I want to stay home.
Right,
I want to have babies.
Right.
Yeah. I hate working. Quit doing that.
All you BT people.
Yeah. I'm not trying to go to war.
Yeah. They said this is the lowest. People signing up and joining the military. This is the lowest ever right now. Yeah. That's why another reason they dropped it down to you don't need a high school diploma no more. You can just go to the military.
That's why you get all these hardcore sagging hat to the back studs, man.
Yeah.
Take our tough ass over there. You get destroyed.
Get those kids to the children of Congress. Yeah. Send their kids over there.
Send Brittany Griner ass over there, man.
Yeah.
So she get out, She for the first 48, man.
Why are they doing it? She got a man up the show.
Right.
Right.
You want to play that role, man up.
Don't break the law. Yeah. I always say you do the crime, you do the time. Like you actually do it, not being arrested unlawfully, wickedly, or whatever the case may be. But hey, you do the crime, you better be willing to do the time. Really? A lot of people don't count the cost. What may happen. They always think about the goal. What is that? Not think about the flip side of what can happen if I don't achieve what it is I'm trying to do.
That's that pride that she was dealing with. I'm Brittany Griner. I can bring whatever I want to in this country. People love me. Now, y'all ain't got caught up over there in Russia. Russia don't play about them sodomites, man. Remember during the Olympics, they shut that down. Ain't no sodomites.
First, like they said, no Facebook, no social media. They took all their phones. Sodomy is warned about death.
Yep. So you not bringing that over here, man.
Real, bro.
That's what y'all get, man. Go ahead, man.
Back in Matthew chapter 24, verse 7. For nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom, and there shall be famines, and pestilences, and earthquakes in diverse places.
It says, for nation shall rise against nation. You seeing that right now. That Russia and Ukraine, that's Esau versus Esau. Okay, on the main stage. All right, and it's happening everywhere. You even got even here, you know, Esau turning against the government. You know, that you start with that January 6th thing. All right.
Like them having you having two political parties, and then you got the independents, whatever. But you having two opposing parties, even though they're from the same head, two from the same head. That right there started to show division. It's already before anything got major or anything that's going on. There was already division in the country before all the things that started to pop up. You know, just add to to what you're saying. That's division in itself.
Yep. And so there'll be famines, and we're seeing that right now. You know, food shortages. What is it? I think 9 of the major trucking companies are owned by like three major corporations or something like that. Yeah. And they're about to shut it down.
Yep. I saw that.
They're about to shut it down.
You guys said, what's his name? They buying up everything.
Oh, he just won approval for 2,100 acres.
200,000.
In addition to what he already had.
Yeah.
Yep.
He was on the potato farm. They control the food.
Yeah, he bought the potato farms that they sell to McDonald's.
Also, anyway.
Also, you can't forget the 100+ food factories that have been burned down.
Yep.
Since the beginning of this year.
It's not on all those animals, too.
A lot of cattle that mysteriously died.
Yep.
All the floods and weather disasters for last couple of years.
We just don't know. The droughts in the wild.
Yep. Yeah.
And we get keep going on. We just keep going on. How about you want to bring it to this point?
Yellowstone Park is on fire right now.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And the major flood, all them houses got washed away and stuff. The Lord is done.
I think someplace been burning since last year.
Yep.
Yeah, they stopped shit.
Shit, we had a little brush fire on the east side on the highway. What was it? Close to. That was just Friday. Fire on the side of the highway to dry grass and shit.
Oh, that's that smoke I was seeing.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what it was. Should have traffic bagged all the way up, man.
So it pertains to what you said. So that's the 100 processing places here.
Right.
Not counting the processing places around the world.
Yeah.
Those are being affected too. You know. And then of course when they talk about this whole Russia-Ukraine thing, that's definitely saying hurting people a lot. Really hungry. They talk about the reach of Odessa. They need that place to continue. What they're saying is they need Babylon to have these other nations to take them sanctions away from Russia so that they be willing to help. But Russia already said themselves that we don't care if the whole world starts.
Oh, they're willing to, cut off like 2 or 5 million of production, and they're going to be all right. This is the start of the Yeah, they said they'd be willing to cut down it was on the oil, like 2 to 5 million barrels of oil. But they will be fine, but they'll cripple the world.
And they wouldn't really be in the wrong because you telling all these people to come against them. When Russia was trying to be diplomatic over everybody. Yep. And then y'all turned your back on them and started, propaganda and demonize them. I wouldn't blame if they don't want to help y'all no more. Besides help the ones that they still doing business with that been the border with them. I deal with my people, then I let the rest of the world suffer. That's exactly what he said.
They said that Russia has just only begun. They said they even got started yet. They just beginning. That's how they can cripple the world. So,
well, that's what America get, man, with its pride, thinking that they got with these sanctions and tariffs and they cripple Russia. That's what they get, man.
Some of the EU was like, man.
We
need that. That's the vision with them.
So you speak for yourself.
I ain't heard it like this.
This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 19 and verse 2. And I will set the Egyptians against the Egyptians, and they shall fight everyone against his brother, and everyone against his neighbor, city against city, and kingdom against kingdom.
So that's, tearing each other from the inside out. Civil war, nations against nations. Esau versus Esau. All right? And that's a good thing. A real good thing. It's letting us know we're close. When they can't stand each other, what's that scripture? He that is evil to himself, to whom shall it be good? Yeah. Tear each other, destroy each other. We're looking forward to it. Right?
may add with it, talking about the Egyptians against the Egyptians, right? And according to the scripture that we're in spiritual Egypt, right? We're in spiritual Egypt to be in America, right? Because Egypt is symbolic for our bondage. Because back then they made us serve a hard point with rigor and made us do the same over here, right? What did our Lord Yahweh Shai say? Sin against Satan, the kingdom cannot stand. All right, so if you got Egyptians going against Egyptians today, or Edomites going against Edomites today, all right, this kingdom will not stand. All right?
Real quick for you. What he said, fuck with some of the Egyptians here. Revelation chapter 11, verse 8. And their dead bodies shall lie in the street of the great city, which spiritually is called Sodom and Egypt, where also our Lord was crucified.
I know his dead body are going to the Israelites, right? Because the scriptures tell us that he that wandereth out of the way of understanding shall remain in the congregation of the dead. So us Israelites, we were once without a heritage, we were once without the wisdom, knowledge, and understanding of the scriptures, we were once without the knowledge of Yahweh Basham Yahshua, therefore we were considered dead. So they shall lie in the city, which is called spiritually Sodom and Egypt, because that's talking about America, because they produce or push forth the same works as ancient Sodom and ancient Egypt. All right, you got the pride community running around rampant without judgment. All right, once again, Egypt being symbolic for our bondage. All right, so where our Lord was crucified. How was our Lord crucified? And they plastered over the true image of our Lord, or set him up to be a so-called white man, where scripture described him as a so-called black man. All right, ultimately, these are things that Esau, Edom, the so-called white man, has to pay for. All right?
And it ain't just Israelites is dead. It's all these people is dead out here, man. They don't know the Lord, man. You know what I'm saying? That's why they crucified our Lord. Meaning what? They X his image out and trying to X his name out, man. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, even the ways of Yahweh Shai, they think he's just all this love, and then they don't show the balance of the Lord.
Well, that's the ways of Jesus.
You're right, yeah.
It's not Yahweh Shai.
Exactly.
You know?
Right.
Yeah, I think so.
Matthew chapter 24, verse 8. All these are the beginning of sorrows.
I said, all these are the beginning of sorrows, just like the brother brought out in 2nd Ezra 16. Woe is me, woe is me. So, Ezra was saying this is going to get a whole lot worse. Things that we can't imagine. And like it says in Jeremiah 30:7, it's going to be Jacob's trouble. I know it's Daniel 12:1. It's to be like a time like never before, And so it's going to get crazy out here. You think you're seeing something right now, but here again, that's what I said. Woe is me, woe is me. Who will deliver me in those days? There's going to be so much chaos going on this soil. Other places too, but mainly over here, Babylon the Great. That's what people are going to be looking around, but it's going to be too late. If you haven't been, getting these scriptures now, repenting, doing the work, having the faith. If you haven't been doing that all along, you're just gonna, and you're not of the hopeful elect, you're just gonna be in trouble. Slated for destruction, missile food, as we say. All right. With that, we hope this lesson was edifying for the body. Once again, we're going to give all praises, glory, and honor to
Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Kakadash.
Double honors to the apostles and elders, a great millstone who rule well and teaching us this 100% truth. Salutations to them and our fellow Akim who live in this truth week in and week out on the highways and byways. Also salutations to the hopeful elect of the scattered 12 tribes of Israel, scattered to the four corners of the earth. They do have to the spectral bird. To you say shalom.
Shalom.
Abba Ball.
Abba Ball.
Kwam Yasharala.
Kwam Yasharala.